here we are, Beacon Hill, one of my favourite spots in the southwest. You can see why, can't you? Amazing views. Morning everyone, a bit bleary-eyed this morning. Had a really late sort of camp and we did quite a lot of miles yesterday, and we ended up camping here, which is not somewhere either of us thought we'd ever end up camping. We're between the two Severn bridges on this sort of coast, on this coastal marshy bit, although it's very dry. Just a quick recap, because I've got to get the tent down and we're going to go and get a breakfast. Did about nearly 60 miles yesterday and got out of Wales. Couldn't find a campsite, so we found this spot. We're a little bit apprehensive, but it turned out to be quite a nice spot actually. Really quiet, no one around for some reason. And there's the new bridge there in the background. It's my tent. So right, I'm going to get my tent down, then I'm going to go and grab a breakfast, and we're going to get on the road. Righty, well, we're away on day 20, I believe. It's all becoming a bit hard to keep track of, but I think it's day 20. As I said earlier, surprisingly good camp spot, and I'm sure not many people camp there, to be honest. It's always a bit sketchy when you're trying to find a spot as it's getting dark, but it all worked out well in the end. Great vantage point of the new Severn Bridge. Never been along this bit before, obviously. Yeah, it's a hell of a feat of engineering, that bridge, isn't it? Obviously driven over it loads of times, but never seen it from this angle. Very cool. Wow, those footings are chunky, aren't they? Well, for those of you who don't live in the UK or don't know about this bridge, this channel, I think it's got the second largest tidal range in the world after the Yangtze. So it's a really difficult bit of water to build a bridge over, and the bridge we came over yesterday was the original Severn Bridge, which was a engineering masterpiece in its own right, but the new one was put in because there's so much traffic. But yeah, very cool. Just had a great little breakfast, bacon bap and a couple of coffees in a lovely little cafe just on the coastal footpath there by the Severn Bridge. Really nice people, really friendly. Nice to hear the first West Country accents of the trip. Well, this is a nice cycle path to be on first thing in the morning. Well, we're under the motorway. Quite often drive this bit of motorway on the way to Wales. It's so, I was just saying on the camera, it's so weird when you ride these bits that you normally only ever drive. Yeah. Well, we're off-road on the way to Bristol. Yeah, been a nice morning so far. I think this is Blaze Castle or Blaze House, looking at the map. There are some beautiful parklands in Bristol. Right, well, we're on the road to the observatory. Brings back a lot of memories actually. It's my old stomping ground up here when I was at college. No, it really is a living area. Just coming down through Lee Woods. Just met a guy doing some downhill runs here, so there's obviously some good trails in here. It's one to remember for another time. This is a lovely old bridleway though. Yeah, I think I might have said yesterday I wasn't feeling right. I've been trying to figure out what it is, and I think I just put my finger on it. It's the fact that I'm not going to be finishing the ride with Matt. We will finish it together, the last section from Hale to Land's End, but it's we've been riding for so long. It's just really weird, like splitting up now. I feel really sad about it and a bit down about it actually. And I think that's what's been wrong with me the last day or two. The realisation that we have to split up after so many days on the road together. It makes me feel sad. So I think it's such a shared journey, and it's tough. It's tough to split up at this stage. But anyway, it's a beautiful wood, and the riding is nice, and it still hasn't rained, so that's all good. Well, I think we're pretty close to the airport now. Just seen a plane coming in pretty low. It's unexpectedly chunky. Yeah. Well, we're pretty near the airport. You can hear planes overhead. So yeah, it must be pretty close. Well, this is probably the last bit before the route where I joined it last year. So this is lovely, and I missed all this. Just saying how lucky we are, how dry it is. This could be really muddy and not very nice in bad weather. Well, a couple hundred metres back there is where I rejoined the course last year. It's a bit drier this year than it was then. Well, I haven't filmed much for a minute because we were on the road for a while, and sort of rode all this last year, so I might not do as much filming. Remember this little gully bit, it's quite fun. Such lovely countryside here. It's very picture postcard countryside, isn't it? Well, we've got a bit of a climb, and then we have a fun descent back down to the road into Cheddar. Fun descent. Well, I certainly burnt through some brake pads this trip. Right, well, we're just about to come into Wedmore. I think it's the village I remember from last time, which I really liked. We're going to stay here tonight. Matt wants to have a bed tonight again, so stop his back from playing up. Well, we're leaving the village of Wedmore, where we stayed last night. It's a beautiful village. I remember thinking that last time I came through, and the weather is amazing, so should be a good camp tonight on Beacon Hill either way. Such amazingly flat countryside here and open. This is the Somerset levels, sort of around Glastonbury. Slightly strange detour. Well, here we go. This is the M5. the last motorway crossing of the trip for us. There is something just strange about crossing motorways on a bike, it's weird. So by chance, our friend Ewan is driving up from Cornwall, and just the timing's worked out perfectly that he's just about to pass here, so we're going to stop and meet him and have a drink.
Oh, how did you go?
Yeah. Right, well, we're approaching the Quantocks Hills. Just been road riding for a bit. Stopped in a little shop back there in Saxton, I think it's called. Quite a good stop. Stopped there before. Right, we've just had an ice cream and sat watching the ponies. A few babies there actually as well, a few foals. Look like they're fairly newly born actually. They're a bit wobbly on their legs. So good to see that. So we're now on the Quantocks actually, and we're just going to head over to Beacon Hill. Yeah, it's nice riding. I really enjoy the Quantocks and Exmoor actually in general. I really like the riding up here. I think it's the third time in about 12 months I've been up here, and it's good every time. Okay, and it looks like the sun's coming back out just as we get to camp. Excellent. Right, here we are, Beacon Hill, one of my favourite spots in the southwest. You can see why, can't you? Amazing views. Well, evening everyone. We are on Beacon Hill in the Quantocks, and we're about to set up camp in a little bit. It's a bit early yet. This is actually one of my favourite camp spots, certainly in the southwest. I'll give you a quick view of where we are. So that's the Quantocks going away from us, sort of south. We're on the very northern tip of the Quantocks, Beacon Hill. I camped here last year when I rode back from Bristol after leaving Matt. I loved it then, and it's actually a very similar night tonight. It could be a good sunset again. There's Hinkley Point Nuclear Power Station. There's Wales in the very distance, which is kind of crazy now because we've just come from over there. There's the Trig Point and Minehead in the distance, and then Exmoor, which is where Matt's going tomorrow. It's Friday night, and I'm going to get the train back tomorrow late afternoon from Taunton. So I'm going to ride back to Bridgewater and then ride down the canal to Taunton and get the train. We're not set up yet. We're going to camp just here. I think just somewhere here. We'll get the two tents up and then look at the sunset tonight. It's going to set over there where Matt's sitting now. Right, bon voyage, my friend.
Cheers, bro. Right, well.
Yeah, have a great trip. Yeah, super sad to see Matt head off on his own. I really wish I could have ridden the last few days with him, but I'm sure he'll have a great ride. Hopefully the weather holds good for him. So if you'd like to follow my ride last year in more detail, then there's a link at the top of the screen now, and I'll leave a link at the end of the video too. So I put together a little bit of a highlight reel of my ride back to Hale last year when I left Matt. And then we'll be meeting up with Matt when he passes through Hale in a few days, and then we'll finish the ride and do the last day together. Well, welcome to my hometown of Hale. It's another lovely day. Emma's had her operation and she's at home recovering now. So I've got the chance to ride the last section with Matt. We're being joined by our friend Josh today. He's going to ride probably halfway with us. One little funny thing of note. As soon as I left Matt the other day, it rained on him. So I think we know who's the righteous one, don't we? Okay, right, let's crack on. We're just going to stop in the local bike shop, Hale Cycles, and see Ash, who some of you remember from other trips. We're going to say hello to him and then we're going to head off down to Land's End. So this is our local bike shop, Hale Cycles, in Hale obviously. It's on the route for anyone that's passing. Great place to stop. Ash is super helpful. He's one of our good friends actually. So if you ever need anything, pop in and see him. Let's have a look in the shop.
Yeah, it's just apparently it's strong. Yeah, it's strong.
So if you're on the GB Divide, this is the man to come and see in Hale.
Hi.
If you need any help
I might be able to help you.
or any bits and pieces.
And he's good at talking cod shit.
I'm a trier.
That bit out.
Yeah, I do talk shit.
Yeah, I will edit that bit out. Oh, you know Ash from previous trips anyway, everyone. Right, we've just had that busy bit of road from Hale up to the back road to St Ives. Not the nicest bit. It's like quite a fast moving B road. So we're just climbing up to the back of Trencrom. Come on chicken, do something. You're like a pheasant. Oh man, it's warm in here. Well, this is about as dry as the Penwith moors ever get. This is often just an absolute bog up here. So yeah, good timing. I think it's one of the common complaints from people who ride up here on the GB Divide, is that it can be really unpleasant. So you probably can't tell from the GoPro, but all the bags are off the bike except the front handlebar bag. I've just got my change of clothes and stuff in there. So so much easier when you're riding without all the weight on. So it's kind of a day ride for me really. I think it's about 45 miles round trip to Land's End from my place. Well, we're stopping at Matt's house for tea and some cake. He's on the route too. We're both on the route actually, funny enough. I'm on the route in Hale and he's on the route down here near St Just. We're just wondering whether we're going to meet any more GB dividers. So we've only met 4 on the whole trip. It's quite interesting. So yeah, we've come to the conclusion that this is not a very well ridden route, to be honest. And I guess it's obvious why, isn't it? It's a huge commitment. Right, we just stopped at Matt's place for a cup of coffee and a bit of cake. Right, well, we're coming up to what's known locally as the UFO. It's part of the, when the planes come in across the Atlantic, it's a sort of a beacon, I think, or something. But it does look a bit alien. Right, we just had another social stop to see another set of friends. This is definitely the most social day of our ride, of our trip.
Thank you.
Hello. Not often you see one of these.
Not something you see every day.
It's certainly not.
Thank you.
It's dry. Look at this. That's what photo, mate. It's never dry.
It's quite a famous puddle, and that puddle is always really big. Wow, who'd have thought it? Actually, this is as dry as I've ever seen it, I think, along here. Yeah, I think that patch of mud back there is the first mud we've seen in 3 weeks, maybe nearly. It's so dry. Probably keep saying it, but it's pretty unusual. You can jump the bike when it's not loaded up. Right, so we're on the final few miles to Land's End. Well, there's Land's End in the distance. Yeah, it's a beautiful physical location, but the actual Land's End place is not very nice. I don't like it. But it is our destination, and it has been for 1,300 miles nearly. Interestingly, we just looked up the road distance, and the road riders only do 874 miles, the most direct route. Which is surprising. I didn't realise it was that much shorter, but I guess it makes sense. We came all through Wales and certainly did not take the most direct route. Right everyone, well, we've arrived at Land's End. It's almost a slight anti-climax actually. I wish it was somewhere nicer, but it is the end of our journey. It's clearly OAP's day today.
Yeah.
Well, it's taken us a year to get here, but we are finally here. They literally make you go in and pay. Screw that. How much is it? No, I'm not, as a matter of principle. 11 quid.
I'd rather spend that on a couple of pints.
Hold on.
Nice.
Right, well that was Land's End. They're charging £11 to get a picture with the sign, so screw those guys. Oh, how about a picture here with the bikes?
Yeah, go on.
Oh, actually, can you get a photo of me next to these little houses?
Yeah, of course, mate. Are they really, as long as they're just far away, we've got to ride a long way to get to them.
Exactly.
That's a nice help.
Eventually got there.
Nice one, bud.
So we're riding to Severn now, to the pub, to the Old Success, and we're going to have a pint. So I think probably for now that's it from us for here. I'll probably do a recap actually at some point in the garden or something, discussion of the route and everything. But for now that's it from Land's End.